Yes. Good evening, Bhante and all Kalyana Mitas. Namo Buddhaya and Sukhi Huntu. I'm Aliana and welcome to TRV Friday Sutta discussion by Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima. We started the Sutta discussion class on March 18, 2022, almost 3 years ago. And since then, we have successfully done 130 classes today. Please be informed that next week class has been postponed to the following week. Tonight class is the day 130 of Sutta discussion class, the 6th class of Cūḷakammavibhaṅga Sutta with topic, Why do some become rich while others struggle for money? Cūḷakammavibhaṅga Sutta is the 12th sutta that have been chosen by Bhante Chandima for this sutta discussion. In previous classes, Bhante has discussed about Manggala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, Metta Sutta, Sigalowada Sutta, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Sabhasawa Sutta, Pattakamma Sutta, Patama Samajivi Sutta, Alawaka Sutta, Dajaga Sutta, and Giri Mananda Sutta, which Bhante has elaborated those sutta in depth. For those who have missed our previous classes, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amapadana Klang's Facebook page and YouTube channel. We have uploaded the previous classes there. We are always welcoming newcomers, therefore, please share around about this class with other friends and family members so that whoever that wish to join the class via Zoom, where we can engage directly with Bhante, can contact the Vihara through TRV Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. Or you can join the class from Ti-Ratana Vihara Facebook channel, where we broadcast the Sutta class live on every Friday evening from 8:30 p.m. till 10 p.m. Kuala Lumpur time. Now let me introduce to you about our speaker, Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima, who is the Associate Editor of the Journal of International Buddhist Studies, or JIBS, which is published by the Buddhist Research Institute of Mahachularongkorn Rajavidyalaya University in Thailand. Bhante was previously a research fellow at the Center for Studies in Religion and Society, or CSRS, at University of Victoria, Canada. Bhante Dr. Chandima was also Theravada Buddhist chaplain at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada, from year 2012 to 2016.
Thank you.
Recently, Bhante Chandima has joined Ateneo de Manila University in Philippines as Assistant Professor of Buddhist Philosophy. Bhante is also the Senior Advisor to Patisota, a virtual Dhamma organization that hosts a weekly online Pali reading class, Sutta discussion, Dhamma talks, and a variety of other Dhamma activities. His Dhamma works can be accessed at www.patisota.blogspot.com, and we also can follow Bhante at Patisota Facebook account. Without further ado, we welcome once again Bhante, and as always, thank you very much for the wonderful guidance and teaching. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Alian, for the introduction. Good evening, Dhamma friends. Thank you for the reminder that it's going to be almost 3 years of time we have started this Sutta discussion. We have a very innocent happiness about this time. I mean, for 3 years long Sutta discussion. Normally, Sutta discussions and online programs were started during the COVID time, and then they ceased when I think the Malaysian SOP was lifted. But this has been continuing, and huge gratitude to Ti-Ratana Vihara Klang for hosting all the way. And I think we had a group, we've been having a group who didn't want to go to on-site form of Sutta discussion. This has been really working. So, and then becoming almost 130, as you said, today's 130 Sutta discussion, spanning over many suttas. We started off with a very, I think from Manggala Sutta, a very It's not a basic sutta, but most of you know about the sutta. And then we've been actually covering a little bit detailed suttas about more doctrinal, more teaching side aspects. Okay, so then we will get started today, 138th Sutta discussion day, by paying respect to the book. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. And plus today is full moon day. So it's a very beautiful day where people take precepts, 8 precepts, and yeah, on lunar calendar. Okay, so we are going to discuss another set of life in terms of what people go through. As you can see in the Cūḷakammavibhaṅga Sutta, it has how many sets are there? 7 sets, long, short, why some people live shorter, why others are living longer, why some people are always having health issues, why some people are having less health issues. That's number 2. Set 2. Set 3, why some are more pleasant, why some are not that pleasant. And number 4, why some people are more influential, why some are not. And today is going to be the 5th set. It's about why some are very blessed to spend and then enjoy comforts, why others are not that much. And then we have 2 more, why some are, I would say, coming from certain lineages, some are not, and finally, why some are wise, why some are not that wise. So today we have Aliana, Lim, Margaret, Kim, Kelvin, Melinda, Cindy's, and Chen, Jessica, Margaret, Samita, TC, Kema, Corina, Lee, No, Hema, Chan, Wong, Yu On, Leong, Katie, Brutus, Kyle. I think now, since the Bihar is going to have a lunch, I can see that many have been joining for the lunch too. So thank you, Kim, for I think you are helping that part as well with some others. Yeah, hopefully looking forward to seeing all of you after some time. Okay, so let's take a look at this section. First of all, I want to tell before we get to a certain, I don't think you will get to a misunderstanding. This does not decide this set of poverty or richness, why some are struggling, why some are not. Actually, it depends. Sometimes some people struggle for a certain time and then they get back to normal. They get back in different ways. But there may be certain reasons why some are not that privileged in terms of support, especially financial aspects. So, looking at other Buddhist teachings from many other suttas, such as Sigaluvada Sutta, Vyakapaja Sutta, Patakama Sutta, and many other suttas, we have to think that karma is not the only reason for why people getting poor or rich. So there are many other reasons that we have to consider, and this is one of the reasons. Perhaps this could be the main reason. Perhaps it depends on different individuals. So having said that, let's go to the text. Okay, it's going to be here. So we will look at the part why some are not, why some are not that blessed enough in terms of financial status. Yeah, who would like to read this part? Yeah. Anybody can raise your virtual hand. Yeah, who would like to read this Pali section about the first part? All right, Kim, please go ahead.
Since no one, so I'll just do it. Ida manava ekacho iti va puriso va na data hoti. Sama nasa va brahma nasa va anang panang watang. Yanang malaganda vila panang. Seya va satapadi peyang. So tena kamina evang samatena evang samadinena kayasa beda parang marana apayang dukating. Wini patang nirayang upapajati. No che kayasa beda parang marana apayang dukatin. Wini patang nira yang upapajati sace manusatang agacati yata pajayati apa bogo hoti. Apa boga samwa, I can't see the last line.
Appa Bhoga Samvattanika
It's
Esa.
been blocked. Oh, sorry. Apa boga samvatanika esa manava patipada yadidang. Na data hoti sama nasa wa brahma nasa wa anang panang. Watam yanang malagadavila panang. Seya wasatapadi. I can't see, it's being blocked.
Seya Vasatapadi.
Seya wasatapadi peyang.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay. Ida Manava Ekacho Ittiva Purisova Nadata Puti Samanasava Brahmanasava Annang Panang Vatang Yanang Pala Gandha Vilepana Seya Avasa Padipeya. So tena kammena evang samattena evang samadinena kayassa bheda parang marana apayang dukkati vinipata nirayang upapajjati. Same phrase. Noche kayassa bheda parang marana apayang dukkati vinipata nirayang upapajjati. Sache manusatang agacchati yatta yatta pachajayati. Appa bhogo bhuti appa bhoga samvattanika esa manava patipadayatida. Dadata bhuti samanasava brahmanasava annam panang vattangyana malagandha vilipana seya vasata patipeya. The rest is the good part. So now we need to understand the Pali word here. What's the Pali word for this kind of state of life? What is it called? Appa bhoga. Can see Appa bhogo bhuti. Bhoga means, what does bhoga in Pali mean? Bhoga. Bhoga.
Wealth, is it? Wealth?
In Pali, we have a verb stem called bhuj. Bhuj. Bhuj means enjoy. Enjoy. Being able to enjoy. Bhuj, Bunjati. Bunjati means, literal meaning of Bunjati means eat. But Bunjati also means enjoy. Right? So Bhoga means things that are eligible to enjoy. What are the things that are eligible to enjoy?
Wealth.
What are they? All the good things that are relished by our six senses, right? Sight,
Possession.
sound, smell, taste, touch, right? Thoughts. They all are very relishing, enjoyable things, depending on what kind of object that you are having. If you have a bad side, if you have a good side, if you hear a bad sound, if you hear a good sound, if you are having a good smell, bad smell, if you are having a good taste, bad taste, if you are having a what you call good touch, good thought, bad thought, that enjoyability gets different. It might be good, it might be bad, it might be the both. So here, bhoga means things that are enjoyable. Now here, appa means appa bhoga, that enjoyment, good enjoyment. But it has become appa, little. So actually, Buddha does not say that this is about the poor people. Because there is another Pali word for the poor people, Dalidya. This is the Pali word for poor, poverty. Dalidya. Dalidya. Dalidya means poverty. So this is not about poverty. This means enjoyment is less, impeded. That means it also does not say whether they have stuff or not. Maybe they already have the stuff. They have a lot of good things in their life, but they are not able to enjoy. So we have to understand two types of people here. One is someone who has nothing to enjoy. Right? The second one is, two people under upper bhoga category. Second one is the one who has lot of comforts, but not have been able to enjoy them. Tell me an example of that kind of a person. Upper bhoga. Upper bhoga. What about a Macharya person, stingy person? Stingy people, they don't want to enjoy. They have things, but they don't want to enjoy. They are always looking at what you had for your practice and then worrying about what other people are having. But they themselves had a good breakfast as well. Maybe not. They can afford. So this could be a Macharya person too. But we normally take someone who has less comfort, less enjoyment. So upper bhoga. So why can someone become an upper bhoga person? Upper bhoga person can be two people. One is someone who has less comforts in terms of enjoyment. The other one who may have the things but not being able to enjoy. So why are some people becoming people who cannot, or maybe who have not been able to earn comforts in their life? This is the reason. See the reason? It's clearly said here. Ita manava ekacho ittiva puruso. Now I always highlight this Pali word ekacho. Some, not all itti puruso. There is a itti lady or puruso man. Na data hoti. So there is a lady or a man who does not give data, who is not becoming a donor, maybe a giver to what kind of people? Samanasava, Brahmanasava. Two categories. Samanasa means, who is a samana? Samana.
Monk. Ascetic. Ascetic.
Ascetics. They are not exclusively monks, right? Because if the Buddha was to say that you have to give only to Sangha members, that is going to be a problem. There was a story about. There was one man came to the Buddha. I think I shared with you a long time ago. The man told Buddha, people accuse you. People accuse the Buddha in other places, saying that you had given a Dhamma talk somewhere. If you want to give a dana, you must only give to me. That is how those people are accusing you in other places. And if you cannot find me, you cannot give to other teachers, those very famous teachers. Then you have to find out my own Sangha members, not other teachers, their own disciples. Then what was the Buddha's answer? I have never said something like that. I have never said that dana only should be given to me. But do the devotees have this idea? Our devotees, if there is a dana, it should only be given to the Buddha. Buddha himself denies that idea. Very interesting, right? The Buddha himself denies the idea that dana should only be given to me. And also the idea that if you cannot find me in the temple, you should only give to the Sangha members. The Buddha said, no, I have never said that. If you cannot find out anybody, you may go to the temple. I mean, if you have a special preference, you may go as well. But you are practicing dana. Dana is a broader concept, broader quality. It's not a small, only a temple-wise quality. To be able to create a dana character. Then the Buddha was telling him, this Brahmin, particular Brahmin, the way how I explain dana is this. Suppose there is someone, after finishing a meal, going to wash one's plate or a bowl of soup, bowl of something, plate of rice, and there are two places Buddha identifies as the sewage places at that time, because there was no sink idea at that time. So they might go to one of the two places. One is Chandamika, other one being Oligal. Let me type that for you if you want to find out later. These are two sewages, Chandamika and Oligal. Two types of sewages. That means your what do you call residual of your maybe your waste, leftover food, beverages will be going to this place. I think we have it in today's world too, right? So now the Buddha is saying, if suppose someone after finishing one's own meal or maybe a beverage and now want to wash the cup, rinse the cup or the plate, maybe at that time maybe they used the hand, they didn't use the fork and spoon idea, and now thinking that if there are any tiny creatures, you might call them tiny creatures, maybe those beings who you cannot see, if they can subsist on my leftover food or drinks, may they be able to subsist on my leftover food or beverages. If someone can think like that while washing, while rinsing cups, dishes, or plates, that is the starting, the bare minimum level of my dana in Buddhism. Now I'm telling you, if this is the proper idea, this is given in the sutta, in the Nikayas, that means how many danas can we do in our life? We all the time go to the sink and rinse our cups and plates. You may not see these tiny creatures, right? They are not to be visible. So then if you create that dana, because for you dana is a very figure type dana, very, what you call visible dana. There should be monks. You have to go, right? You have to spend a lot of money. Yes, you may if you want. Problem. But dana has been given as a daily practice that you can do, because dana is more towards cultivating dana thoughts. Right? It's a cultivation of thought. So it's time to time, as time permits, you go to a vihara, you go to a temple, you invite Sangha members, you can do that, no problem. But you can't do that all the time. You are working, you are busy with other things, right? So there are things that you have to consider. But what about washing your dishes? You are doing every day. Every day how many times you are going to the sink? Even how many times you are eating snack, you are munching a lot of things, peanuts, kachang, whatever. Every time you go and wash your hands and all that, think about, because how many beings are there through this pipe hole, through your sink. You never know what's happening until the plumber comes and open it, the clock, right? So the thing is that means dana is that kind of an activity. The bare minimum level of dana is wishing, may there be any tiny creatures through this pipeline, maybe the sewage where the boat is going to become a part of, subsists on these leftover. That metta thought, for them to eat, for them to subsist on the food, will be the starting point of that. Then the Buddha was telling the Brahmin, you know what? This is utter lie. Very futile, utter lie. I have never said something like this. And I encourage everybody to give dana everywhere, not even to Buddhist monks. So now you might be thinking, how can I give a dana to a Christian priest, imam, or whoever? The idea here is that it's a generous thought. Why I brought this up here? Because the next word is something about this, exactly about this. Now, samana means ascetics. Can you identify samana? S-A-M-A-N-A. Samana means, this comes from Sanskrit, shram. Shram means rest, freedom, right? Shram. That means those people who are looking for the utter freedom, absolute freedom. Is there an absolute freedom? Is there an absolute truth in this world? We can say it's about Four Noble Truths, but here we understand there were ascetics who did not like the Brahmins, right? In Indian society, you understand how did the religious philosophical systems come into existence. Earlier, it was the Brahmins. They said people have to approach us and we make the connection to the God. Only through our intervention, you can connect to the God. And then some other people after some time denied this idea. They said, no, why we have to approach you? Now think about it. If a Buddhist monk is always telling you, you can't see the Buddha without me, you are thinking, how is it going to be possible? I mean, yes, I will get the advice from you. But one day, as I respect you, but I'm trying to awaken my own spirituality. But the Brahmin said, no, you can't see the God. We can only see the God. Just make the connection. Just give the offerings to us, oblations to us. So then some people didn't believe this idea. So they became Sramanas. They said, no, the God cannot give us the enlightenment. Enlightenment is within us, within our personal life. So this is called, in Sanskrit, we call it Upanishad area, Upanishad and Aranyaka area. From Veda Brahmana to Upanishad Aranyaka area came in. But this is the interesting thing. By this time, the Hinduism, this is part of our idea here too, the Hinduism took a very strange shift. The Hinduism has been changing time to time. Then there was a new book came in, which is called Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is the handbook of Hindus at this point. So Bhagavad Gita is the book that fixed the tension between Veda Brahmana and Aranyaka Upanishad. Because the other cool idea is that Veda Brahmana people said, you must see the God through us, through the Brahmins, priest class. And Aranyaka Upanishad people said, no, God is not over there. We have to go to the forest. We have to meditate. We have to enlighten. The Bhagavad Gita says, no, we don't have to believe in the God. We don't have to believe in your renunciation. Why household people, lay people have to go out from the house? That is not a real renunciation. They said monks, nuns should not be divided. Renunciation is something called inner renunciation, not outer renunciation. Go and become a monk and wear the robes and you say, I'm different than you. I'm going on a speedy journey than lay people. Bhagavad Gita says in Hinduism, no, it's an unwise idea. You have to look for the inner renunciation. That means as a lay person, you can become a renunciant. It's not to walk away from what you have. You renounce from your mind. You are engaging in comforts, rupa, satta, gandha, rasa, pottabha, dhamma, but you lower your clinging, craving onto these ideas. Okay. So the reason why I mentioned all these, what you call, a very, very summarized overview is that we need to understand that samana is not only Buddhist monks. Samana is all the monks and nuns who are under the famous 6 teachers as well. Who are they? Cūḷakammavibhaṅga, Makkali Gosala, Cūḷakammavibhaṅga, Pabudagacchayana, Nigantanataputta, Sanjay Bellat. These are the very erudite, highly respected teachers during the pre-Buddhist time. Even Arahan Sariputta, Arahan Mokkallana are followers of Sanjay Bellat. So we have to know that. This is how we understand the connection. Sanjay Bellatiputta was one of the very famous teachers who had lots of disciples. And his main idea that he taught students was escapism. When students ask him, dear sir, is there a rebirth? It may be, it might not be. It might be the both. So people, yeah. So you are not taking one stand. You know, people like people who don't take a stand, right? What about karma? Is there something called karma? It may be, it might not be. It might be the both. So people like him. But Arahan Sariputta, Arahan Moggallana, being Upatissakodita, understood this person never speak up. I mean, he's not really vocal about what's happening. This is one example. If you go to Pūḷakammavibhaṅga, the first teacher in this list, you can see these teachers in the Brahmajala Sutta, Samanyapada Sutta, Digha Nikaya. And Pūḷakammavibhaṅga said, the teacher Pūḷakammavibhaṅga said, there is no good karma, bad karma. Even if you kill 100 people, even if you save 100 people, you are just the same as you were before. So he espoused an idea called amoralism. This is a philosophical word. Amoralism means there's nothing that is with doing good, doing bad. So, but people like these teachers in different ways. All these are samanas. So what the Buddha said at that time, because nowadays you don't find Pūḷakammavibhaṅga people, you don't find Cūḷakammavibhaṅga people, you don't find, maybe you might find people, such as agnostics in today's world, agnostics, atheists. There are new people are coming up, right? Free thinkers, right? There are different people coming up. So, I mean, when you discuss with these people, they have their different thoughts. So, the Buddha did not deny all these people. Buddha rather told people, you need to understand these teachers, respect them. But this is what I say. If you want to give a dana, you can give it to me. At the same time, don't just limit your dana to me only. Give it as much as possible. Whenever the opportunity arises, take the opportunity. Take advantage of the opportunity. A lot of people, they don't take the opportunity. They have their own stereotype understanding. If I want to give a dana, that temple, this temple. I mean, just be open. Sangha members are everywhere. Just go and give it to all these people. If you know a certain temple, you go and give it to that person. But make your dana a very open practice. Don't make it a closed practice. Because if you make it a closed practice, you might think that it's comfortable for you in terms of the vihara perspective, but it is not only closing your dana to one temple, giving to one temple and closing the other temple, it is closing your generosity. Is that a good idea? I think nobody should close your generosity. If you have money, if you are affordable, just engage in whatever good activity. This way, we can minimize unnecessary problems. In some cases, if you look at dana activities, I mean, if you open for a Dhamma discussion about dana activity, a lot of questions that are coming to us, they are not coming from what is the importance of giving dana, how to give a dana. They are cultural problems about dana, right? I mean, these are the questions we have to answer, right? So that's the thing. So, Shramanas, so give as much as you can, depending on where you get the opportunity, right? Samanas are there. Then second category that one has to think about dana is not even samana, brahmana. Who are the brahmanas? Brahmana means this is the priestly class. Why are you supposed to give dana to them? I mean, they have lots of money. I mean, everybody is going to give up lots of things on the Brahmins at that time. Why? So Brahmins were also priests at that time. So Buddha had to understand the society at that time. He said, okay, time to time, give offerings to Brahmins too. Because I'm trying to tell this exactly the same thing in your life, because a lot of people think if you have received something in your this life by now, money, health, comforts, you may have thought that everything came to me just because I offered dana to the Mahasangha in a previous life, right? But here, Buddha clearly says not even monks and nuns and Buddhists or other non-Buddhists, but also take opportunities, use the opportunities that you may get at different times to give something to somebody. Because can you give a lot of things to Mahasangha? Can you give everything to Mahasangha, Sangha members? Say, for instance, I mean, certain types of happiness. Think about certain types of happiness that you witness in other people's life. You don't have to, but you may feel it. Say, for instance, good family, right? A very good family, a peaceful, good family, a family where there are less arguments, lot of peace, more towards protecting everything, the vows and everything. So you can easily relate this to maybe in a previous life. If I have it, I've been offering dana to Sangha members. And then this is why I'm getting like this. It may be, it might not be. But what about if you have not taken care of your spouse in the previous life? You have not done it properly. And in this life, as a consequence of not taking care of that person in a previous life, you might not be having that benefit out. So what I'm trying to say is that not even dana, things that you can give to other people, sacrifice, a compromise, they are also part of dana. They are also part of giving. If you haven't done it in a previous life, then you won't get it in this life. Definitely, for sure. So that means the Buddha says, yes, you may offer dana, I would say food offering to the Mahasangha in the form of Pindapata or whatever, but you may not be able to offer everything for them because they are kind of a limited version in their own aspects, right? My question is, can you give gifts that you give to other people, all these give to Mahasangha members? I don't think you can, because they represent a certain moral category. So that means time to time, trying to give a gift to somebody, trying to understand a certain sacrifice in your life, trying to think about certain kindful activities that you can do in daily life. All these will be part of your next life happiness, if you're going to be, even in this life happiness. So that's why the Buddha did not limit it to Sangha members, Samana and Brahmana. Samana means monks and nuns. Brahmana means non-monks. They are not ordained monks and nuns. They are normal people. So why did the Buddha ask people to think about it? Because whatever the comforts you are thinking in your life now, they are not sometimes coming from certain gift to the Sangha members. Keep giving gift to Sangha members the way you've been doing. But you may have to give things to other people too, not in the form of food only, maybe certain other sacrifices, dedications, extra mile activities, right? Say for instance, even you letting someone go into a lift elevator, making time for somebody, making time to listen to somebody, right? Preparing something, not being that normal person, taking an extra mile in that kindness. The most of the what you call metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, to many people are superficial Brahma viharas. Why do I say so? Most people metta are superficial metta or superficial karma, superficial mudita and upekka. Why is it? Because they get into that mood only when conditions arise. So I call it superficial metta. I mean, you are only practicing metta when only conditions arise. Metta is an unconditional state. Don't wait for the mood. Until you have the good mood, you want to do the metta. Karuna, don't wait for that mood to come to you. So that is called superficial karuna. Don't wait until you have a certain idea, ability to understand other person's happiness. Superficial mudita. It has to be unconditional. Whatever the bad pains you are going through, you should be able to do it. Should be able. Might not be able to do it in the first place. Upekka. Not that you cherry pick a certain moment to practice upekka. Upekka has to be an unconditional practice at all times, as much as we can. Going beyond that superficial upekka. Forget about people who have nothing like this. No metta, no karuna, no mudita, no. We have, done talking about those people. Because now, when you hear a Dhamma talk, the difference is people who have no metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, and people who have metta, karuna. Now we are going another set, higher level. Now we are not talking those who don't have metta, karuna, mudita. We are saying those who have metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, but they have superficial metta, karuna, upekka, and those who know the advanced level of metta, karuna, mudita, upekka. This is the way looking at it. So that's why the Buddha says, Samana, Brahmana, think about all these categories. Whenever the moment arises, opportunity arises, take it. Take it and be a part of that generosity. All right. Now we are going to look at what are the things that someone should have given to somebody. Should have given to somebody, thereby the person, should have given to somebody, but as a consequence of not giving those things to somebody, the person become less privileged in this life. Let's unpack those things. There are 10 things. Number 1. Okay, ittiva purisova data huti samanasa brahmana sanke. Number 1 is anna. Number 2, pana. Number 3, pattan. Number 4, yana. 5, mala. 6, gandha. 7, vilepa. Then 8, seya. 9, avasa. 10, padipi. There are 10. All right. First one, anna. Anna means anna. What does anna mean? We've been to a restaurant calling anna, right? Remember, Brother Calvin. What is that called? Anna what? Anna Lakshmi. Now we understand.
Food,
Anna
it means
Lakshmi.
food.
Forget about Lakshmi. Lakshmi we understand. This is the goddess in Hinduism. Anna means
Food.
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 Shouldn't be Lakshmi's food, but anyways, it's Anna means food.
Cook food, cook food, is it, Bhante? Is it cook
Yeah,
food?
I mean, some people cook, some people don't cook. We don't know. I mean, it depends. So food. Say, for instance, in today's world, people would like to eat without cooking some food, right? But anyways, cook food, raw food, anyway, food depends on, I mean, say, for instance, raw cook, but definitely it could be, for the most part, cooked food. Yeah. But somebody might offer a dry ration too, right? Think about that. You don't know when the monks are eating rice. So you say, I don't know, I don't want to cook. So I'm going to offer you a packet of rice, raw rice packet. What do you call basmati rice packet. So whenever you need to cook it, please cook it. So what do you call raw or cook? It doesn't matter. It depends on how they want it. Okay? But time to time, when it is possible, you cook and you go and offer too. So it depends. So anna means food. How much food are involved in this category? Anna. How much food? I mean, quantity wise, and then the quality wise, and then the proportion wise. How to look at this anna part? Now, this is not about how much you eat. You are giving to somebody, Sangha members or whoever, other people. So you are trying to give. This is the interesting way to think about. Give what you can, not what you cannot. Right? So give what you can. Why? Why are we supposed to give things to other people, starting from Sangha members and others? What is the logic here? Spiritual logic. Somebody might ask, why are you giving dana all the time? Why you are not learning Dhamma, Sutta and all that? Why? So you have to give a logical answer for that. What is it? Sensible, logical answer.
Letting
It is
go
because
some attachment. Letting go some attachment, Bhante. Is it?
getting rid of attachment. This is one way to look at it. Actually, getting rid of
Yes.
lobha, right?
Practice
Generosity.
Yeah,
Bhante?
the activity is called generosity, but I'm asking why. One is to lobha, right?
Practice.
Yeah.
Is there a happiness when you eat food alone without giving to anybody? Like you buy very interesting food from a shop and you eating alone. Is that a happiness?
No, no.
Yeah, some people
Shit.
look at it as happiness, some, but it depends. But most people might not. So one is to get rid of lobha. That's one. Are there any other reasons why, spiritual, logical reasons why we are involved in that? Yeah, greed. This is the most famous one. Any other reasons?
Great merit making. Bhante.
Merit making. This is the devotee's perspective, right? Those who even don't know any Dhamma, anything. This is the fundamental preliminary idea. Go to the vihara, offer dana, you get merits. Yes, there are merits, definitely. There is no problem. And then for someone who learn a little bit of dana from the Dhamma talk, think about lobha. From devotion perspective, meritorious perspective to overcoming lobha perspective. What else? Think about different perceptions different people are having. Yes, please.
Bhante, food is a basic need. So let's say we offer food to our teacher, we are also taking care of a basic need for the teacher's survival in that sense.
Teacher means Sangha members in this case, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that means monks don't cook. Monks don't cook and they cannot afford buying grocery. And then we want them to survive, right? If they don't survive, then, we are not able to learn anything, right? Another way to look at it. Yeah, you are asking, should we give dana for merit? That's up. Think about it. I mean, that's a good question. I'm not going to ask that question. I'm trying to say different perceptions behind why people give dana. One is meritorious perspective. I want to make merits. Some people might think because I want to give merits to my late father, mother, and those people. Then overcome greed, lobha, that perspective. And now here survival, we want Sangha members to live so that they can spread Dhamma. Right?
Bhante, how about practicing selflessness?
Selflessness. Can you explain that a little bit?
Not thinking so. I mean, have selflessness is like you don't do more for your own oneself. You have thought and doing dana to share, being selfless.
Okay.
You don't think that everything you have is for yourself, that you think of really wanting to do dana is to share out the extra and the abundance that you have.
So another way to look at is that don't try to be with the result, but be with the action. More towards the action rather than the result of the action. That means this is an idea that is higher than all the previous one. I mean, it's a meritorious perspective. I don't care about my good karma, bad karma. I do a good thing, but not about what I get out of it. And then overcoming greed, yes, it's a part of it.
Yeah.
And then going beyond that, you are thinking, I don't want to maintain a self, that this self goes to another life and then having this and that. So selflessness. Yes. Okay. And then other ways to look at dana activity. Offer dana to practice that not overindulging material. Okay. So I think sharing is caring. Okay. And give away without expecting anything. That's what he must say, the selflessness. Practicing metta by sharing happiness to others. So look at different ways. I want to give you a very good inspiration for the dana practice. That's why I've been asking this. There is a sutta somewhere, maybe you can share later. The Buddha says, if people know the importance of giving dana, just like me, just like the Buddha, just like me, they would never eat anything.
N-A-N-T?
They would never eat anything without sharing. Now what we do is we eat a little bit and we go, we do something, we give to other people. If people understand as much as I understand about dana, they will never eat any food without sharing. Right? This does not mean you cannot eat anything, give away everything. But this is the overall inspiration. Now, if somebody knows this inspiration, that means not thinking about lobha, meritorious activity, next life, whatever, I have to give it. Right? This is a very great motivation. Think about sharing has come to that kind of a level. So we understand anna, the giving of anna. Not even anna. Now, the other thing is that a lot of people think dana means only anna, food and beverages. Then the list has 9 more things. So people who have not given these 10 things, they are the ones who are struggling now. So what's the second one? Anna is food and beverages. And then second is pana. So the food and then they have taken out the beverage part. The pana means drinks.
Drinks and syrup.
So this is a very specific list then in this case. Anna, food, then pana means beverages, drinks. I think about it. I buy some alcoholic drinks to somebody, it's like beverages. And I become a drinking buddy, just to talk about gossip with somebody. Is this pana dana? What is this pana here? What kind of pana can we offer to somebody? Can we give to somebody? Think about medicinal drinks in the first place. There are so many medicinal drinks we can think about. What kind of medicinal drinks are they? Herbal drinks is one thing. And then what else?
How about honey? Bhante, honey?
Yeah, those kind of herbal things. And what else? Think about in Sri Lanka, until you come up with some answers. In Sri Lanka, 15 years ago, Sri Lankan devotees, they used to give some herbal drink to Sangha members. Ayurveda drink. It's like a bottle like this. And then, so what had happened was that, so those elderly senior Sangha members, remote villages, they started having a sip of this drink every day because devotees offer. I mean, don't call it as a ginseng. This is something different than that. And then after some time, they were diagnosed in many places, MS. And doctors were saying, you got multiple sclerosis. I
Huh?
said, no, we haven't had any alcoholic drinks. Yeah, this is non-alcoholic cirrhosis. Why? Because of that fermented drink. So that means you don't want them to be sick. Maybe they didn't get the proper instructions from the devotees. Not that you buy and Bhante, this is a good thing, please drink it. And maybe you can just let them know how to drink it. Because anything much is much, right? So herbal drinks, maybe other healthy drinks. But when you want to give to Mahasangha, it's better to let them know, right? What are the other drinks that you may think giving to someone? Not even the Sangha members. Someone said here honey. And what else?
Fruit juice. Fruit
Yeah,
juice.
cough
Fruit
syrup.
juice.
Yes. Fruit
Yes.
juice.
Veggie juice.
Think about the best dana in the form of drink. Water, good water, purified water. Not many people have access to good water in today's world. Water is so corrupted everywhere in the world. Right? It's a big business nowadays. So think about giving, you might call it mineral water, but purified water. Right? It's one of the very important dana. In the Sarvastivada Mahayana, they said giving water is the best dana. Sarvastivada Mahayana books. Perhaps that means the water was very corrupted at that time, like today in some places. Right? Let's say you cannot give water because it's a difficult activity. Then you are going to offer a water purifier to a village. That whole village has well water and paddy fields are there. A lot of arsenic is there. And you know that they're getting kidney problems in that village. And you get together, you make a donation drive. Okay, we're gonna buy you this big water purification station. So that for the whole village, you are having purified water. What kind of a good idea is that? This is kind of fun. You can't just send the water bottles every day, right? It might not work every day. You are thinking a wise plan for this sport activity, right? This is something good too. So Pana. Then the third one is, the list is 10. Vattha means
Cloth. Garment.
Garment.
Clothing.
Garment.
Clothing.
Oh,
garment. Yeah, clothings. Now you think about monks, nuns, or other people, because this list is going to be working for everybody, okay? Not even for the Sangha members. What kind of clothes can you give to Sangha members?
Robes.
A lot of robes that are
Jivara.
being offered in today's world. It depends on Sangha members' height. They can't wear it. It's too small or too big for them. So that means the devotees need a certain measurement from the Sangha members. If you're offering katina or any other robes, just don't buy it and then offer it. At least said that he or she can use it. Right? Not every robe is going to work. Maybe they may have a color preference, measurement problem, right? So this is for the Sangha members. What about other people? Have you donated clothing to others? Or you only give whatever the worn out clothings and you put them into the clothing bank box given to the thrifty store? Have you ever given a brand new clothing to somebody other than your family members? You might be in trouble, huh? But anyways, think about it. That's a good moment to think about giving away or buying a good clothing for somebody, right? Yeah, so let's say a jacket, a winter jacket, right? A winter jacket, some socks, maybe a tube, a beanie, what else? A sweater, right? Anything that you think that might work for Sangha and other people. Don't just limit your dana to Sangha members only. Give to Sangha members and at the same time to anybody that you can help in your life. Make your dana a very open practice all the time. And then, what are the other things? There is a sutta in Samyutta Nikaya. The Buddha said, the reason behind some people are very strong, other people are very weak is because they haven't given enough food to other people. The reason being some people are very beautiful, pretty, handsome is because they have given very nice clothes to them. Right? Because normally people, they don't want to go on a mall spree rather than buying one's own branded shirt, clothing from a shop in the mall. But you bring in somebody, today we're not going to go to do what you call looking at the people, what they are buying. I want to buy something for you from that shop. Yeah, I'm going to buy for you. So that kind of mentality, if it is possible, if it is okay, you know the person very well, and then you may do that. So that kind of thing is something that will make you a beautiful person in your life, because you fulfill someone's ethical desire. Don't fulfill unethical desires, ethical desire within the ethical parameters. Then only you will be having that. That means every happiness that you are having in this life has a connection to, mostly has a connection to the past life, or has a connection to a good karma you may have done for the most part. Then vata means clothing. And then yana. What does yana mean?
Carriage. Carriage is it?
Vehicle.
Oh.
Carriage.
Carriage.
Let's talk in a modern sense. Vehicle. Think about like 4-wheel ox-driven cart. Think about there was a Burmese monk, British monk who went to Burma a long time ago. I heard from one of my professors long time ago in Sri Lanka. He said when he was doing his PhD in early 70s, this might have happened in probably mid 60s. A British man went to Myanmar at that time, Burma, and he studied and he became a monk. He came back. And then now some devotees at that time, they were very curious to offer something to him. He said, so they were preparing a flat for him, not apartment in the UK, right? Flat. And he asked, tell me if the flat has one roof or many roofs. Then they said, flat has one roof, it's a building. It has one roof. Okay, then I cannot stay in that place. Why? There's a Vinay rule. Monks cannot stay in a house where there is one roof that is shared by the females. And they were thinking, okay, this is UK and we can't afford a house like that, especially for you at that time, mid 60s. Anyway, they did something. Don't know what happened after. Then he had to take the public transit at that time, the bus, double-decker bus. And then he was asking, who is driving the bus? It's a female or a male? He said, yeah, there are many drivers. So he rejected going there. So what is this idea? Especially when it comes to Sangha members' activities in real life, we have to understand, just because there is one roof in the apartment building, a big building, flat, it doesn't mean that they are coming to your room. They are coming to your apartment. In their small pockets, right? So looking at this larger, broader perspective of activities, because we are not living in the Indian society. Then you can't even take a flight, right? Only one roof in the flight, right? You spend like 17 hours to go somewhere in today's world, right? That's going to be a utter joke at that point. You spending 17 hours to come in a flight and then asking people to find a house which has one roof. Spending a lot of time. Anyways, so then what to offer to Sangha members under the yarn? Are you going to buy a car for them? Are you going to buy a bus for the temple? Perhaps, if they need it. What does it mean? Think about small activities for the vehicles. What are they? Buying them a pair of shoes, pair of slippers, right? Pair of sneakers. It's a yarn, right? Vehicle, right? Right? Think about the very interesting ideas before buying the car. I mean, not even for the Sangha members. I think we want Sangha members to walk freely, walk comfortably, walk infection freely, right? A lot of infections happening, and you know that it's like the ghost story in the Petavattu. You know, there's a ghost story. There was an arahant whose mother, father, brother became ghost. Peta. Think about it. Arahant's mother, father, brother became Peta. What about us? Right? Very interesting story. So one night, one ghost Peta showed up in front of this monk, Arahant monk. And then he asked, "Who are you?" Said, "I was your brother who passed away a few weeks ago, and I became a Peta, hungry ghost. Not even me, but also your mother, father also became Peta with me. That means the whole family became Peta, hungry ghost." Then he asked, "How can I help you?" "Okay, so we have no clothes now. We are naked. We are naked Petas now. Initially, Petas are naked by default. Then, can you do something for us?" He said, "Okay, tomorrow." Tomorrow, he asked some devotees, "Can you offer robes to other Sangha members in the name of me?" So when they are offering robes to other Sangha members, they were thinking this particular Arahant's family, any family member, if they want any good karma, may they be able to get good karma through this offering. So then some time went by. Again, the brother Peta showed up. Then he said, "Thank you for offering clothes," and we got the clothes. But now we want water. Interesting, Petas need water. Then the Arahant monk said, "Look, there is a large river here. Go and drink." "No, we cannot drink this water." "Why?" "Because if I or your mother, father touch the water, the whole river becomes blood. It's going to be bloody water. That's the bad karma." Does it relate to our life? Sometimes when other people do, it goes well. When you touch the machine, it doesn't work. Right? It happens, right? Maybe something is going to happen to them. So then he said, "Can you do something for that?" Okay. So then next day, the Arahant asked the devotees to offer some water to the other Sangha members. Then after some time, again, the brother Peta showed up after a couple of months, said, "Thank you for water, and then especially for the clothing water. Now we need a house." The Petas also need some sheltering, you know. So then what happened? The next day, Arahant monk asked his devotees to offer a certain avasa, certain small kuti of some Sangha members that he knows. Then time went by. The Arahant monk thought everything should have gone well. But again, the brother Peta showed up. Now, this is the connection I'm making to this Yana concept here. Right? And he said, "Thank you for everything, but we need one more thing. When we are walking, there are a lot of pebbles on the road, and they kind of prick our feet. Very pricky, we cannot walk. Can you do something for that?" That means we are not blessed to walk without getting pricked by thorny things and then the pebbles and gravel. Said, "Okay." And next day, Arahant monk asked his devotees to offer pair of slippers and whatever those footwear to others. And then Brother Peta disappeared for life. What does this mean? This means we must have given lots of basic needs to other people in an ethical way. So yana here not only means a car or that kind of a vehicle only, but also shoes, perhaps even an umbrella. It's a mobile thing of an umbrella to somebody because they can carry wherever they go. It's a kind of a vehicle, right? Umbrella. Wherever they go, if it is raining, they can get some support from the umbrella. Right? Think about different ways to practice this. And also, if you think temple needs a vehicle, just offer the vehicle if you can afford it. Right? So there are a lot of ways to think about yana. Now this is about the monks. What about other people? You understand. What can I do as a humanitarian project to certain school, underprivileged place, and so on and so forth. That's yana. And then we are going to the next dana item. Anna, Pana, Vatta, Opan. Yeah. Then Mala. Mala means
Garland.
garlands. That was a practice at that time. Putting a garland around the neck is a custom. But it happened for two reasons. One is to welcome somebody. That's a good thing. Second thing is that if you were given the capital punishment, they also put a garland around your neck. So every time when the king asks someone to be hanged, they put a garland around the neck. Then the people are beating the drums, and now they know this person is going to be hanged in a moment of time. So not every garland is a nice thing. I don't take it as a permanent thing. People put garlands for different reasons. But anyways, garland in today's world can be a different perspective. Say, for instance, giving a flower to somebody. Yeah, because we don't put garlands nowadays. Have you seen people putting garlands? Only in India, I see they putting garlands around the god statues, maybe other people, even in Sri Lanka sometimes. But today's this garland practice has come down to giving a flower to someone. Are we giving flowers to other people? What are the occasions that you giving flowers to other people? Flower bouquet, flower vase,
Anniversary.
and what else?
Birthdays, anniversary.
Birthdays,
birthday.
anniversaries, and what else? Not Valentine's. Let's pass it. I mean, just showing that how much I love you, how much I feel about you. I mean, right? I mean, symbolizing a certain aspect of affection to somebody. But anyways, that should be done because if you had done in a past life, you are so much venerated in this life. You are getting lots of flowers from other people. Is that a good thing? To get flowers from many people wherever you go? Not randomly as a stranger. And you don't have to expect from other people. People come and give you the flowers. I'm so happy. People appreciate me. That's a good thing. Also, this can be another way of offering flowers to other people. I mean, such as offering flowers to the Buddha statue and all that. And someone here said, hospitalize, a graduation, dead, funeral, things. Yeah, anyways. Then the next one is Gandha. Gandha means Anna is one, food, Pana, drinks is second, but clothing is third. Vehicles 4, which has umbrella or shoes, footwear. Fifth one is garland. Then Gandha means sixth one. Gandha means? What does Gandha mean here?
Fragrance. Smell.
Fragrance stuff.
Yeah.
Are we giving fragrance to other people sometime? Are you buying scent to other people, perfumes?
Yes.
To you? What are the occasions you are buying them?
Fragrance, perfume. As gifts.
As a
Birthdays, present.
birthday presents you are buying. Perfumes, fragrance things to other people. And what else? It can come from soap as well. Not even that, a diffuser. In
Yeah.
today's world, people like to have a diffuser in the house.
That's
Maybe
right.
just to have good air in the house. Maybe you buy something for somebody's house to be. No, people don't like bad smell, bad odor, right? And what else?
Incense.
Incense for offerings. And then what else? Yeah, so there are a lot of ways to look at the fragrance thing, right? So buying those fragrance as necessary in an ethical format. That's called Gandha. Then seventh one is called Vilepana. Vilepana. Okay, this is fifth, sixth Gandha. Then Vilepana is seventh.
Ointment, cosmetic,
Ointments. Ointments mean, what are they? What are the ointments that you can give to somebody?
balm.
Balm?
Yeah,
Balm is balm an ointment?
yeah. For pain,
Buying
pain,
certain what do you call certain perhaps sprays, even a paint spray,
yeah.
right? Maybe some oil,
Medicated
some
oil.
lubricant, some lubricant oil.
Mm.
What about somebody has some eye problem? They need lubricants and
Eye drop.
eye drops. Yeah, I think you offer to Sangha members too. And what else? What other ointments? Medical ointments. And then what are the other ointments?
Moisturizer.
Huh?
Moisturizer,
Uh,
dry skin,
dry skin could be, could be an
moisturizing.
oil. Yes.
Cosmetic,
So think about
cosmetic.
different ways to help somebody, right? When you notice that I can do something, I can offer this. Somebody's always complaining. I have a very bad back pain. Probably I'm looking for a certain medicated oil. I cannot find out. Okay, I'm going to buy that for you. And then think in that way. Maybe something like eye drops. Think about various ways to look at these ointments perspective, right? And then the eighth one, someone said balm oil. Yes. The eighth one is what do you call?
Bait.
Say.
Bait.
Saya means, what does saya
Bathing.
means?
Bathing.
Saya means bedding, right?
Bathing.
Bedding.
Bait.
When we say bedding, what does it mean? Not even bedding, wherever people can lie or maybe recline. What are they?
Reclining
It can
chair.
be a bed, it can be a mattress, it can be a, what else? It can be a,
Couch.
part of the bedding things, maybe a pillow, maybe a comforter, maybe a quilt, maybe
Recliner.
a blanket. It can be anything with regard to the bedding. That means you are thinking somebody's comforts, right? Think about it. In this life, you are not having that much comfort. Perhaps you have not given these things to somebody in whatever the good way. Not saying that you have to offer buy very branded things to somebody, at least something. Think about. The main idea here is that you are sensitive to other people's comfort. We have to be. Only when we are as such, our life also will be comfortable one day. Everybody who is having that good time now, they must have become sensitive in an ethical way about other people's comfort, right? That's very interesting. So, Seiya means all these. It can be even a cabinet. It can be even a good chair, right? You are seeing somebody is working very hard, but the chair is not that good. So you want to buy a good one, right? This can be a monk, now even other people, right? Look at that perspective. And you are hearing from someone, my mattress is so painful. Perhaps it has some issues, right? And you are thinking the comfort of somebody. If you can, you cannot, then just leave it. If you can, think about these areas. Right? But make sure that you start all these treatments from your family, okay? Without caring your family, don't do it for other people in the first place. Try to make your family comfortable, because the Buddha says in the Cūḷakammavibhaṅga Sutta, take care of your family first. Then, when time permits, think about other people. Otherwise, there will be another problem coming from your family members. Why are you concerned about other people? Why are you not concerned about ours? Right? So, say yeah. Then the ninth one is called avasa. This part. Avasa.
Dwelling place.
Avasa means shelter, right?
Shelter.
House. Now, it might not be easy for many people to buy a house for somebody, buy
Okay.
a place for somebody. Then what can we do? Maybe for Sangha members, you are trying to offer some money for a temple project, right? And then go buying a land for that kind of a thing. What about other people? Maybe you understand there are people who have no shelter. Maybe you are donating, maybe you are helping a certain charity for that, right? Whatever XYZ charity, right? Because you understand how important uh, is to stay in a house. Because when people are in a good house, their mind also become good. If the house is not that good, mind also become not that good. At least a comfortable house. We are not talking about a luxury mansion. It affects all these good things. All these good things really work out when the basic necessities work to some extent. So we understand. Even you, let's say you can't do a lot of things. At least you are making a voice for these people. You are thinking these people need some housing, some help. Maybe you are becoming a part of a properly done donation drive. Think about many ways on this aspect. Finally, Padipa. Padipa means this part.
Lighting,
Light, lamp.
lighting.
Lights.
Mm.
Lights. So in the first place, Padipa for a temple means lights. What kind of lights are they? Now in today's world, we have to think about the modern cost-cutting ways of buying lights. Say, for instance, energy-saving lights, maybe sensor motion lights, because sometimes, because all these cost of temples, they are run by devotees. So think about, you don't need that light for the whole time unless there is somebody going there. It's motion sensor. We are learning. Probably this, I always tell this monastic idea that if you want to bring young people to the temple, give them a project. Let them come to the temple, ask them, can you come up with a project about this temple's electricity bill? Think about it. They will go everywhere. Okay, let's go into a modern way of operating lights in this temple. I mean, fulfilling the temple's needs with regard to the proper lights at the same time. They are, going by these cost-cutting things.
So
One way
lamp,
to bring young people to the temple is
Right.
giving them projects like energy-saving projects.
good.
That's one thing. So Padipa here means lights. Maybe you may buy that kind of a light to the temple. What are the other ways of thinking about lights?
Solar lamp.
Yeah, solar lights.
Mm.
And what else? What is that? Genset. Are you trying to say generators?
Generator.
Yeah,
Oh,
generator
generators. Okay.
for
Yeah.
remote areas.
That's true. Yeah, generators. Yeah. And then there are many ways. What are the other ways of thinking about lights? Offering to a temple or giving to somebody else?
Wi-Fi.
Sponsoring electric bill.
Sponsoring electric bill, taking turns of that, right? There are many ways to look at it. So think about, how can I become a part of? Yes.
Oil lamp,
Oil lamp is another way to look at it,
right?
right? Oil
But
lamp.
trying to get those oil that is able to save the normal price one, they will try to get some saving out of that. Or
Yeah,
sponsoring of
that's
the oil, or sponsoring of the oil for the land.
yes. And also thinking about the safety of the vihara sometimes, right? Some people want to buy electric, those battery operated lights too, in
Mm.
case there's a safety hazard happening. Anyway, so looking at this offering light idea in a bit. So now we're going back to the text because of the timing. So there are 10 things that you have to think about giving. If not, you can become somebody who has upper bhoga. Upper bhoga means who has little comforts in your life. What are they? Anna food, pana drinks, vattang clothes, yanang vehicles, starting with even footwear, umbrella things too, mala flowers, Gandha means fragrance, Vilepana means ointments, Saya means bedding and related things, and Avasa means shelter, Padipa means lights. Think about the opposite side. Now, there is someone who is properly offering these things as much as they can to the Sangha members and even to other people whom they know or don't know. Then, as a result of that offering, what's happening? Mahabhoga Samvartanika. They are blessed with lots of things. Now, the thing is that after their death, by offering these things, they may be reborn in heaven. In case they come back to the human world, they have enough comforts to live that life. So this is what we understand by Appabhoga and Mahabhoga. So let me summarize this way. In our life, whatever you have gotten at this point, usually should have come from a certain good karma you may have done, for the most part. But sometimes we may have done good karma, but we are not able to enjoy them because we have lack of energy, lack of wisdom to use them. So we need the both. We need the good karma to do like these 10 offerings, at the same time have good energy, ethical energy, samma vayama, to materialize those offerings to become a part of one's life. All right, any questions about today? Appabhoga, Mahabhoga?
Bhante, may I ask, the medicine is an important part, like medicine, walking stick, even the wheelchair, all this will come under the category of
Medications, they should be come under what you call, you could say, Vilepana ointments, but they are pretty much ointments.
yeah.
But you can relate others too. Say, for instance, yarn. Now, walking stick is a yarn because with the help of walking stick, someone can walk, right? Even to give a ride to somebody, right?
Yes.
If somebody is not driving, you give a ride to that person.
Carpooling.
Huh?
Carpool.
A carpooling, yeah, carpooling. Even order a Grab. Huh?
Yes.
Uber, ordering an Uber or Grab for
Mm.
somebody, you can help. Yes. Okay. Maybe any other questions about today? Giving and thereby underprivileged, yeah. Yes,
Bhante,
Ken.
how about like money, gold, diamond, or valuables? Where do we fall under?
It depends on the material. Finally, it's not just you give what you call gold. Say, for instance, because at that time, the currency was not a main thing in India. It was only gold and silver. So the list has been coming up in a way that you materialize that goal or material to a certain activity. Yeah, not that you go and give gold to somebody, not that you go and give diamond to somebody, not that you go and give silver to somebody. And maybe you are selling that, you are buying things like food, drinks, yeah, those things. Perhaps someone is buying at that time clothing which was made out of gold, maybe diamond, yeah. Perhaps there is a garland made of gold, garland made of diamond, right? Like gems, maybe gems, the garland of gems. Yeah.
Bhante, yeah, Bhante,
Yes. Yeah.
I wrote in the chat. I found the 8 motivations for giving is actually in Pali. I don't know. In the
Okay.
chat.
Asajja danam deti, bhayang danam deti, sadhu danam deti, aham pacham. Yeah, this list was given to monks, even to devotees at a different level. I mean, only when people are engaged in giving, they have to think of these things. But these things have to be understood depending on the conditions. Now, say, for instance, let's go to the first one. Asajja danam deti, and giving dana with expecting the result. course, this is not a good idea. By giving dana with fear. Are people giving dana with fear? Yes, there are people. Next life, what will happen to me if I don't give dana? So much fear. That's the problem here. And adasimeti dananditi. Somebody gave me a nice pasta yesterday. I had to give back to that person. If the person didn't give me that, hadn't given me yesterday, I don't want to give back. Right? Dasati me. All these are, say for instance, aham pachami. This is for the Sangha members. Aham pachami. I cook. Imena pachanti. Monk Sangha members don't cook. So na arahami pachantu apachantanang adatum tidananditi. It's not nice. The people who cook do not give food to those people who don't cook, right? So, so these are certain different ways to look at it. I would say this is a list of things that somebody can consider when the dana has become a little bit upgraded level. Otherwise, it's better to just offer as much as you can these 10 things. Because if you're going to complicate this list with the 10 things, you will never give a dana because you are always thinking, I mean, that part. So I would say this list, I mean, those things that you saw from that sutta is more towards for somebody who has been consistently giving these 10 things. First, we have to engage in giving these 10 things. Later, you can think about these
It
ideas.
says to give to beautify the mind. To beautify
Yeah, that's
the
what. That's why. So
Yeah.
this sutta is talking a higher level of dana.
Okay.
You can't go to that level without giving anything. We have to give something. We have to engage in giving first. Then we will think about these aspects in the way possible. Yes, Hema, you have a question?
No, Bhante. Bhante, I can see is we just give when the opportunity arise. That's it.
Yeah, that's
You
the
know,
good way.
sometimes
Yes.
because there's 10 items, it's very more or less very complete. It covers a lot that when opportunity come, you can see some people may need wheelchair. That's the time you just contribute or whatever that it comes along, right?
Yeah, that's the very good way. When the opportunity arises,
Yeah.
just help that good cause. Yes.
Is example last 3 days, I think my sister-in-law went for amputation of her leg. It was in critical in terms of the bleeding. We don't know whether can go through or not. But I think at that moment is the prayers that I sent to Vihara to put light into it, and Bhante chanted. And she somehow or other we were happy to see she came out very successfully and she's in good shape and she's going home. So we were very pleased. But somehow or other, I just see that I just do what is needed. I can't do anything more than prayers and thinking at that moment.
Yeah.
I think
So-
I just do what is needed at that moment.
Yeah, that's how we all have to think about. I mean, depending on the situation, we do what we can do. So, yes.
That's right. It's like putting light into the darkness of that moment. I say put light in the at this moment. The only thing is we can put light in the moment of this in this moment, you know, in our family.
Yeah.
So it's giving the light and hope.
Yes.
Prayers.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, interesting way to look at it. And then
They,
how come some people who supposed to have many to be enjoyed, but they don't enjoy what they have? How can they end up like that? It depends. Think about someone who is going to buy an expensive item in the mall, eat a budget rice. Think about it. And you ask that person, why are you eating budget rice? You spend like $300 for this thing. You eat a $10 rice. That's how I say. I mean, that's up to them, how they plan about that thing. I mean, those people, they don't want to actually, some people, they don't spend money on certain things. But there are some other people who have gained things, but they are not able to enjoy them for their own attitude. So there are different individuals. Okay, we can take one more question and we will wrap this up.
Why, Bhante,
Yes, you have a question?
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sick. I just want to say you give the highest gift, which is the Dhamma.
Yes, that's where we have to finish today. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So among all the dana activity, now actually, before we come to that point,
Thank
I
you.
have to encourage, and the Buddha also always encourage all the time that everyone, every sentient being must have given these 10 things. They must have given these 10 things as much as possible. At the same time, if time is okay, if they have an opportunity, they should spread the Dhamma. So sharing Dhamma, discussing Dhamma is the highest skill. But that doesn't mean that from today I know some Dhamma, so I am going to cut down on my food, beverage giving and all that. That's not the way. So I have to similarly carry on those 10 things. At the same time, I have to spread the word. Because the thing is that when we spread the Dhamma, some people's darkness in their life can be overcome. So we have to simultaneously go that way. All right, I think we will wrap this up at this point. Today we learn about why some people are not that blessed in their life in terms of comforts, why others are very blessed. It's because they have, those people, the first category, they have not given the 10 things: food, drinks, clothing, vehicles, garlands, scents, ointments, bedding, dwelling lights adequately. They may have done it, but not adequately. So the lesson moral from this perspective is that let's try to create more opportunities, not just make our dana a closed practice, make it an open practice, widely open practice to engage, at the same time, share, spread the Dhamma as well. So may all the good karmas that we've been making today by understanding, learning this part of the Cūḷakammavibhaṅga Sutta be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hūtu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hūtu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hūtu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. At the same time, may Devanaga Mahidika receive all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. May they in particular bless your Dhamma journeys. May they finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatāja amhehi sambatang punya sankadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatāja amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatāja amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu sasanam. Akasattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu desanam. Akasattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu mang parang chirang rakhantu tvang sadati. Our wish, our Dhamma wish is to be surrounded with Kalyana Mittas. We have become Kalyana Mittas to each other. And we sincerely hope that may this accomplishment of Kalyana Mitta friendships continue all the way to Nibbana. At the same time, may we become Kalyana Mittas, as many people as we can in this Dhamma journey. Thinking thus, we are going to make the wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yavadimbana patya. Finally, may all the good karmas we've been making today by learning about another category of life be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang vaddha pachaino chattaru dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanu sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Atu Nibbana Sampatti Iminati Samichatu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. As Aliana mentioned, we will be meeting again on 28th, not next Friday. So next Friday, we are not having the discussion. We'll be meeting on 28th, March 28th, Friday. Till that time, stay safe and wishing you a good night, pleasant night. Missing you. So
Night,
thank you.
Bhante. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Good night, brothers and sisters.
Good night,
Thank
Thank you,
you all.
Bhante.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu,
Good night,
sadhu,
everyone.
sadhu.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Okay.
See you soon.
Good night, Bhante.
So,
Thank you,
yes.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu.